What's going on? Back with another video of Tate's Automotive. Right now we're working on a 2014 Chevrolet Impala with the 3.6 engine in it. We're actually doing a water pump on it, so I don't see any videos out there about this. So if you can kind of look down here, you can see where the water pump came off. Okay, I'm trying to get as best as possible. This is the water pump location right here. Just reading some diagrams online that told you to take off, take out the battery and the fuse container. You don't need to do none of that stuff right there. What you do need to do is pull your wire harness back, as you see right here. I kind of makeshifted. Your upper radiator hose also has to come off, or just take it loose, and it takes the pressure off. But before you do that anyway, you should be already prepping your system up and taking your pressure off your system. A normal system has about 15 psi on it. Actually, it says 20 psi, so 15 to 20 is good. This particular system had just under 2 pounds. I knew something was wrong. It takes about 2 gallons, depends on how empty it is, to actually fill it back up. This is a couple-hour job. This is me cheating the system right here. In order to get to that, you're going to have to take off, obviously, the belt. As you see, the tensioner pulley is actually missing, and the idler pulley, I just loosened it up just a little bit to get behind there. This particular car, the alternator went out prior, so it was kicking up fluid prior. So it's a total of 6 bolts that's back here. There's a metal gasket that comes with it that was on there prior from the factory. It will cut you. Please be mindful of all the sensors and stuff that are in this area. So be mindful of that. I got the upper radiator hose neck actually blocked off with a rag, trying to catch some of the fluid. I'm going to clean this up very nicely. While you're in here, you're going to go ahead and just replace the belt. I'm also replacing the tensioner. When I did the alternator, I also did the idler pulley as well. Here's the belt that came off the situation. And it's just a plastic belt. Maybe you can see where there's some cuts in it. Just be mindful here. Okay, here's a cut right here. I don't know if you can see this or not. I'm gonna try to turn the camera. So there's a cut right here on the belt. I'm sorry. There's a cut right there on the belt. Like I said, it is plastic. So it was probably an aftermarket belt prior. So I got the GM belt that comes with it. This is Continental. And as you pay attention, it's a little bit thicker, but it also comes with braiding in there. So it's a little bit more beefed up. It's thicker than that belt. Here's the old water pump that came off the situation. This is the metal gasket I was telling you about. This is the new water pump. Now all this right here came offline. You can get it offline, or you can pay $90, or whenever you're seeing this video, it's probably about $140 from a regular auto parts store. If you want to know how it is bad, obviously you take the pulley. I'm trying to get you a better picture. You take the pulley and you turn it. You can actually hear a rattling sound actually from the old one, and just the new one, it's obviously not even turning. That's how you know it's good. This one right here, I can turn the whole body of it. Just no type of friction on it at all. Usually when these things go bad, there's a weeping hole. They just start leaking. You'll hear a rattling sound first when it's actually going out. At that point, you better go ahead and start getting your stuff together, because eventually it's going to go out. This particular car has about 170,000 miles on it, so it was 70,000 miles over with actually time for it to be replaced. GM actually recommends doing it every 100,000 miles. So like I said, this is a good 70,000 miles over it. Just let you know how good GM actually manufactures their vehicles, some models. While I'm in here, I'm already looking at everything else and seeing if there's anything that's noticeable to get things out. Your typical setup. Extensions 13, 7/16, a half inch, 15 for some of your bolts. I had to also take off the support that's right here. I think that's a 15 right there. Not many tools. They all, pretty universal out of the situation. This is a 5-minute video, but like I said, it took about 2 hours to actually get down to that point. Reverse disassembly is the same as in reverse. When you do set it, about time you get all the stuff done, I will still give it another couple of hours, let the gasket seal set. You're going to want to put gasket seal on the new unit for one side, but you're also going to want to put blue silicone gasket seal on the other side. If you are in a hurry and you need something to quick dry, I do recommend black silicone stuff, once again from Auto Parts store. Yeah, because there's so much that comes off of it. Oh, also I replaced the battery because it killed the battery. So just be mindful that the electrical circuit, the charging circuit is in that same area, and you can get by. It really does help to have a good hand, but because it's so tight in there, General Motors is manufacturing these vehicles where there's not a lot of space. To Traverse, which also has a 3.6 in it, is a little bit tighter than this, and you're having to take off a lot more. But granted, it's a good vehicle. Like I said, they did manufacture this vehicle to run. So generally, your law enforcement going to have stuff like this, so they're not going to put anything on the road that isn't really dependable. The next person that gets it is probably going to be just as happy as I was with the situation. I do a lot of these right here. No matter how fast it is, it always makes sense to prep up what you're doing before the situation. That's why I prepped up the water pump well in advance before I got to it. I was hoping that it wasn't. I did try stop leak, which is still, some of it is still in the actual overflow, and that'll be flushed out when the system starts back up and I get everything together. It's a hit or miss, but if it's time to go, if it's rattling, go ahead and do it. But find yourself some time. It's just not something that's going to go away. You're going to eventually have to do it. So you rather the car die on the side of the road or do it on your own personal time. I'd rather do things on my own personal time. You just got to pick a day and just do it. I did make sure this was my last project for the night. It took so long, but 2 gallons of fluid is probably what you're going to need. General Motors recommends the orange kind only, and it has to be Dex Cool GM approved for GM motors. Do not use any other color. Do not use yellow. Do not use green. Regardless of what they say, it can mix in together. Do not use it. It will cause your seals to go bad and everything else that you cannot see, and you'll be doing a job like I'm doing right now. So orange is where it is. It's a couple dollars more, but this is what, for some reason, General Motors wanted the orange, and I don't know what the difference between the orange, the yellow, and the green is, but obviously it does matter, so definitely be mindful of that. You're going to need probably some brake cleaner like such to help clean the surfaces off. I used a regular Brillo pad from the kitchen. It was already spent anyway, so I used it to kind of scrape the surface. If you have a putty knife, you can do that as well to clean the surface that the water pump is going to go to. Be mindful that you don't take too much off, because you will have a leak. So just scuff the surface just enough for the blue silicone or black silicone to make a mating surface in there. You don't want to take too much of it off. Like I said, I mean, you're just fractions. These aluminum blocks are not built like the iron blocks they had back in the days. So you could be causing more damage than you know. Just get it kind of clean and kind of go with it. You know, your rule of thumb. As far as the torque sequence goes back, I think that it's 13 pounds per bolt in the water pump. Once again, you got to go online possibly, or either all data, and they give you specifications per your vehicle. Um, but tighten it up in the star pattern just like you do your tires when you're taking it off. Your lug nuts, you're going to put it back on in the star pattern and just gently torque them down so all of them are kind of seated, and then turn it from there. If you do not do that, you could disturb that gasket and then cause a leak at a later date, and that is not what you want, especially after almost 4 hours of work, 2 hours taking it off and 2 hours putting it back on. Once again, I'm the International Tate Incorporated. Make sure you like and subscribe to my channel for Tate's Automotive. And like I said, we try to tackle projects that other people don't. I haven't seen anything out there. Once again, this is the 2014 Chevy Impala Limited. The 2014, the newer 11th gen, I think it is, came out during that same year. It is not the same motors. The 3.6 motors are different from the 3.5s. General Motors ran 3.5s in these vehicles for quite some time. If you're not quite sure if you have a 3.5 motor or a 3.6 motor, generally the 3.5 motors have a signal on the back of the car. As you see, there is not one right there, and that is because General Motors put the actual Impala actually under the hood where it should be anyway. So you're getting your money's worth. Thank y'all. Have a good one.